Welcome back to Morning Markets on Tuesday the 23rd of April. We're seeing an improvement in a number of indicators from Japan. Is this further evidence of the broad expansion of economic data? Stay tuned to find out more. Surveys of business management in the private, services and the manufacturing sectors within Japan are showing an improvement in terms of how they're thinking about their future. If we take the composite index, which takes a reading of both components, services and manufacturing, we saw the reading improve from 51.7 to 52.6. To put this in context, any reading above 50 is demonstrating an improvement in terms of the future, an improvement in terms of the sentiment around new orders, the willingness and ability to take on new workers, and how they're thinking about capital investment for their own future. If we take the service component, that has improved from 54.1 to 54.6. We've seen 20 consecutive months of expansion actually in the service sector, but this month's represented the strongest reading since May of last year. So a real improvement in terms of the index. Where the support was really coming from was new orders, both domestically within Japan, but also internationally. And to facilitate this, we've seen an improvement in the appetite to take on additional workers. Service sectors within Japan are very constructive on their future. If we take the manufacturing sector, we've seen a bit more of a challenging backdrop in the last year or two. But what we've started to see within the Purchasing Managers Index reading is a bit of a bottoming out in terms of the data. So if we look at the numbers, the index went from 48.2 to 49.9, so almost at that 50 level. Essentially what we saw is the deterioration in terms of new orders, the appetite to take on additional workers actually slow down and start to bottom up. So it could be some green shoots of an improvement in the manufacturing sector, which would be constructive for the Japanese economy overall. We are essentially seeing a number of indicators showing breadth in terms of economic activity. We referred to this on our roundup on Friday. Later today, we'll get an insight in the United States from both services and manufacturing sectors. We've also got Hugh Pill, who will be talking in the UK today. Hugh Pill is the Chief Economist of the Bank of England. That will be quite an interesting insight given how constructive Andrew Bailey, who is a governor of the Bank of England, was when he spoke last week around the pathway of inflation, the ability for the UK to hit inflation targets and therefore potentially bring interest rates down this year. Very different dynamic to what we heard out of the United States. So stay tuned on Morning Markets this week to find out more. Thank you for watching.